If you want to make real money in 2025 selling AI systems, I want you to please do yourself a favor and stay away from single use case AI automations and AI agents. Instead, you should build out entire AI applications and infrastructure. And I know this might sound counterintuitive, it might sound a little bit too technical and complex, but it's really not as complex as you think it is. And you'll probably hear everyone on the internet telling you to build out this simple make.com system to sell for 20 grand, but I can tell you that's just not how it works. I should mention that I've personally built and sold over 80 grand worth of automation systems in the past 8 months. What I've consistently found is that clients don't actually care that your product uses AI, that it's a sexy AI, make.com, N8N workflow with 100 nodes to it. All they care about is the results that you're delivering, the outcomes you're getting them, and the experience of what it's like using that product and working with you. This realization personally has completely transformed my approach to selling AI systems. And based on the data that my team and I have acquired from the last few months of launching and selling multiple different AI offers, comprehensive infrastructure and applications are where the real money is. And I'm going to show you exactly why in this video. And so now if we go and dive in here into this diagram, so you can see that, let's say we're building out a lead gen N8N agent or N8N system. Everyone's going to tell you to build something like this. Connect the webhooks and the AI agents and the Postgres database and all the vector databases and connect a bunch of workflows to it and then sell it to the client for 10 grand. But that's not how it works at all. I've tried this approach. I've literally made thousands of dollars selling this approach, and it's painful. There's a lot of back and forth. The types of clients that want this are the ones that could do it themselves but just don't want to. So what you really want to do is you want to go to businesses who don't understand what N8N is. They vaguely understand the idea of an automation, and you want to build them out these custom dashboards, right? You want custom user interfaces using vibe coding tools like Cursor, Lovable, and I'm going to have multiple videos showing you exactly how to do this. But as for right now, what you need to know is that the N8N and the make.com workflows, they can still live on the back end. So you can build out the same exact systems that you're learning from my channel, from all these other channels, from my community. You'll see that you can still use these, but you just want to package it differently. How you package it, you can sell it for 5 times as much if you package it better. So my team and I have been working super hard the last couple weeks to build out a comprehensive lead gen system where we basically click one button, it launches sales campaigns for our clients, and they can basically see, here's how many people we've reached out to, here's how many people have opened our emails, responded to them, here's how many warm leads they have, here's how many meetings they have booked, here's the campaigns we're running, the split test we're running, right? We're giving them a user experience. The customer experience is what we're focusing all of our time on. And if we give them a dashboard like this, I'll be able to show you a demo very soon. But if we give you the clients a dashboard like this, they're going to feel like, oh, wow, they can see everything that's happening in this system and everything that you're doing. They're like, oh, you sent 20,000 emails and we've got 20 sales calls from that, and we've got 75 warm leads. Wow, and that's just in a month. Oh, of course I'm going to pay you 3 grand a month. And so whereas before you're going to go to a client and you're going to tell them, or a prospect, and you're going to tell them, hey, so there's this crazy AI system that I can build for you. It only costs 10 grand. They're just literally going to roll your eyes at you. This has literally happened to me. I'll try to pitch these systems and people will just ghost because it's like, that's way too much. There's too much risk. They don't understand if it's actually going to do what they want. Whereas for this, I can say, okay, I have this comprehensive infrastructure. We're actually even building it out in Python and using just direct code. So you can think of it this way. You have the code on the front end. So this is like front end code. You use a tool like Lovable or Cursor to build it, and then you have the back-end code, and then you have no code. And so what I'm suggesting is that the most scalable version and the types of systems that you'll be able to sell to the most people are if you actually write out the back-end code in something like Cursor. But that is a little bit technical. So if you're less technical, what I would suggest is you learn how to build all of these systems, and then you just create front-end dashboards to them using tools like Lovable. And then you can connect them via webhook. So I'll have specific videos on how to do this. And So this is the essence of the system, and I'm going to explain exactly why this works the way that it works and how you can actually sell them for more. So let's say you're going to a business, and before I dive into this, I want to say we've tested multiple different markets at my agency, and we've discovered that any business that's small, that has less than, let's say, like a 25, maybe even a 50 head count. 50 probably is good to go with, but any business less than a 25 head count, they probably don't have the money to spend on a system like this. So you want to go after the companies that have at least, 100K per month in recurring revenue, and you want to go after the companies that they're a little bit more stable, they have the money to spend, they're a little bit more less risk averse, because they say like, hey, if I spend $5,000 on a system, it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. Whereas a small business, I've talked to them, and $5,000 is like the most amount of money they've ever spent on something ever. You don't want to work with these types of people. It's a super big headache. And so this is the essence of the system that you're building out. And so if you're going after medium-sized businesses, let's say you're selling them a lead gen system, and I'll use the marketing system example as well. And so they're at 100K. You say, how do we get you to $1 million in recurring revenue per month? Or let's say they're at 2 million, you want to get them to 10. And then this is actually ARR. Let's say they're at 2 mil annual recurring, you want to get them to 10. You could say, hey, our system, we can launch it within 2 weeks. I'll give you a custom dashboard, custom experience to see all the insights of everything that we're doing. In order to get you from 2 mil to 10 mil, you're going to need an extra, let's say each client is 80K annual recurring revenue. Let's say they charge like 6 or 7 grand a month for a client. You say, okay, you'll need about 100 clients per year to get from 2 mil to 10 mil ARR. And so what is that? If that's, how many sales calls is that? That's 300 sales calls that you're going to need, because you're going to need to, if at a close rate of 33% and you want to get 100 clients, you're going to have to get at least 300 qualified sales calls, which means that you'll have to get 35 sales calls per month. And then we can reverse engineer it and say, okay, last month for one of our clients, we sent them 10,000 emails. They got 20 sales calls. For you, because your market is larger, we can ramp that up to 15,000 to 20,000 emails per month. You'll be able to see the insights. At a warm lead to sales call booking rate of 66%, we can suggest that we need to send this many emails to get you that much. Everything's area personalized. You'll be able to see it. Obviously, our rate, the amount of meetings you'll get per month, will go up over time as we split test your campaigns, but we can guarantee 10 sales calls in the first month. And like, would that work for you? Like, if we got you 10 calls in the first month, 20 in the second month, 30 in the second month, would that work for you? They'd be like, of course. And then you can charge them. You can say, okay, now the system is between 5 and 10 grand a month. And they'll be like, okay, well, if it's going to make me 8 mil ARR, like, I'm paying you 120 grand so you can make me 8 million. It's a pretty good deal. And obviously these numbers are going to be different for every business, but you can see how when they have this experience of like, okay, they can see exactly what you're doing, they can see the results, it's going to be a lot easier for them to justify spending 3 grand, 5 grand, 8 grand, 10 grand a month, because they'll be able to see, like, maybe they'll churn after a few months if it's not working, but then you didn't want to work with them anyway, right? So ideally you get multiple clients, you test as fast as possible if your system works on their business, and as soon as it does, if it works really well, it'll be really sticky. And so another system that you can build is and I'm actually going to show you one of these systems that we built for a client. So if I go over here into make.com, and this is actually a marketing system. So for a client, they had they were releasing a bunch of articles every single week. They wanted to create them on social media. And so my being new to this market 6-8 months ago, I was like, okay, I'll build this out for you. So I went in here. I'm actually going to stop this. So this is the system that we built out for them. Basically, we took their RSS feed. We just built this basic social media automation for them. It writes, it uses Claude to write posts on every single platform. They're using Asana, so we just integrated directly into Asana, and we added all of these posts directly into Asana with their team. So this actually worked out because they didn't really need an interface. They just interacted with Asana. But what we're building out is we're basically taking this system now, we're going to build it out into a SaaS platform. And so if you go to something like Lovable, I think this was one of the most recent ones I was testing, what you can see is that for For a system like this that I built out inside of make.com, now where my primary priority is right now is how do I turn this into a SaaS product, or how do I turn this into a white glove experience for the client where they can see, oh, here's all of the things that the AI did. Here's all the social media copy. Here's the brand documents, everything. And like they could go use a different tool, but we're going to be doing it all for them. We just want them to have insight into the platform. And so, for example, this is like, okay, one of the systems that I built out that I've shown in a previous video is we pull transcripts of videos from Instagram, we reformat them, we figure out what is the top performing, we rewrite it to my niche, then I record it, and then it gets published automatically. The thumbnail gets published automatically. But that's not super compelling if I'm like, hey, you have to actually use this tool called ClickUp. That is where all of this has been built out, and they're like, what is ClickUp? Why should I want it? Versus, hey, go to this URL, and then anything that's I'm doing in the system, I can say, here's a content analysis. Here's your average view growth over the past month, average engagement rate, average views. Here's the trending video patterns that we're working off of. Here's the specific emotional triggers that we're going after. We're focusing the majority of our time on the hook, which has a 98% retention. We're trying to get the value delivery part up from 87 to 92. Here are the specific scripts we're running. This is actually more of a customer facing one where it's like, hey, if you actually want to go generate the scripts yourself. So imagine if you could go and sell to people, like you could basically license platforms like this to them. You can say, hey, we're going to like work with you one-on-one, done for you to do this out for you. And you have this front end experience in this application where you can see everything that we're doing in real time. And this is what I'm talking about, having this white glove experience where you can sell a system for 10 grand a month. If it feels like this white glove experience, they're getting out this whole custom SaaS product solution where they can see exactly what you're doing and how it's working, versus good luck selling for 10 grand a month, something like this. I know a couple people have done it, but this is not how you get started. This is going to be 10 times harder to do something like this and sell it for a high ticket, versus if you can get on the sales call and you can say, hey, let me demo to you the system that we can build out. Here's how we did it for a recent client. This is exactly what it's going to look like for you. You're going to see the exact results. Here's the results that you can expect. And if it doesn't work within 30 days, we'll give you your money back. But we're so confident that it will, because we've done it for these other 5 people. And if you haven't done that, then maybe run this for free for one person, for one client. Do it until it gets results, and then use that as leverage, use that as proof, rather than just promising them results. So this is really the essence of the system here. Me and my team are working ruthlessly to make an extremely scalable version of this lead gen customer-facing offer. Essentially, I've sold multiple different clients on about half a dozen clients now on lead gen offers, and it's worked really well, but it's not as scalable as we want it to be. So we're basically taking everything that we built out inside of N8N, recreating it inside of Python with a front-end experience that we're going to be able to spin up for every single client. And I'm actively thinking about how to actually do this for marketing. So I'll have multiple videos where I'll show you exactly how to do that. But for now, where I'm spending most of my time, if you guys are interested in learning how to do this more, the business strategy, if you want to learn the lead gen systems in the community that I run, AI Agent University, you can learn all of that and more. You can get your first client in here. We recently just had a person say, I'll pay you to build me an agent. They're literally wanting you to build them an agent. And they say, more than happy to give a glowing testimonial, helping you get your agency off the ground. People are really just trying to spread the love in here. We have multiple different calls per week. This week we have AI business strategy session, N8N lead gen for AI agencies. And you can see all the AI templates on YouTube. You can plug and play these directly into your systems. You can upload them in a matter of minutes. And so if this is valuable, the link is in the description. I hope to see you in there. But if not, I will see you in this next video. And thank you so much for watching.